welcome back, friends. Oh my goodness, okay? Do I have some piping hot Hollywood tea and a very wild conspiracy theory to share with you today. So buckle up, buckle in. Let me kick it off with the latest Hollywood pregnancy conspiracy theory to circulate on social media, all right? Meghan Markle is being accused of faking her pregnancy to her second child and only daughter, Lively-Baldoni, okay? The last time Meghan was pregnant was over 4 years ago. So you might be wondering, why is this theory spreading like wildfire now? I was too, but here I am to break it down, okay? So last week, Meghan shared several never-before-seen photos of Lively-Baldoni in honor, of her 4th birthday. And I have to admit, I definitely was loving the content Meghan was serving up because we rarely ever see anything about her and Prince Harry's kids. Now, however, I was a little confused by this supposed, with air quotes, supposed birthing room video Meghan shared. More specifically, her stomach area looks a little off for a pregnant woman. So take a look and make sure you pay attention to her stomach.
When the song come on, let me see you get gone. Baby mama, this your song. Been pregnant for way too long. Now tell the DJ, turn it off. Turn it off.
If she a baby mama, she gon' do that baby mama.
Work.
She gon' put it on you. She gon' do that baby mama. Drop it down, drop it down, low. Drop it down, drop it down, low. Drop it down, drop it down, low. Do the baby mama when I step out on the floor. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, oh. Hit the baby mama when I'm stepping through the door.
Okay, so she captioned the video, 4 years ago today, this also happened. Both of our children were a week past their due dates, so when the spicy food, all that walking, and acupuncture didn't work, there was only one thing left to do, and that was to dance it out. Okay, so like I said, the stomach area to me looks a little bumpy, little lumpy, almost like, like as a kid, you might put a pillow underneath your shirt and be like, I'm pregnant. Well, now the lumpiness could, it could also be the fetal monitoring band that women wear in the hospital during childbirth to monitor the baby's heart rate. But here's the other theory. It could be a moon bump, also known as a fake pregnancy belly. So why is she not in a hospital gown? Questions I asked myself upon watching this the first few times. And I'm not alone. Here is why some people believe she faked the pregnancy and birth, and that she actually used a surrogate. So see this breakdown.
Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital has 2 types of rooms in the maternity ward. They have the birthing rooms, and then they have the postpartum rooms. And I believe that Meghan Markle, doing her twerking, was in the postpartum room, waiting for this baby from the surrogate to do her skin-to-skin contact. That explains why she only has 1 ID band around her wrist, as well as keeping her jewelry on and not wearing any type of gown or hospital garb. Here's what a birthing room at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital would look like. Notice how spacious it is. Notice how well lit it is. When you compare to the space that Meghan Markle's in, it's a lot smaller and a bit cramped. Because if Meghan really did give birth to this child, then she would not have been allowed to keep her jewelry on. And as you can see, Meghan left a little piece in this photo showing that she is wearing this jewelry. The other thing I'd like to point out was that why was Prince Harry lying in the hospital bed with little Betty while Meghan creepily rubs the back of the child? If Meghan truly gave birth to this child and it came out of her body, she wouldn't be standing at this moment.
Okay, so is it a wild theory? Yes. Did the person narrating call the baby Betty and the daughter's name is Lively-Baldoni and they nicknamed her Lily? Yes. But many people online, not just this person, believe this person's theory, I should say. One person commented, Markle had no IVs. When you are admitted, you automatically get an IV in case of an emergency. And other people commented that her father, Meghan's father, and half-sister have said in past interviews that Meghan actually had a hysterectomy years ago. And others noted that if Archie and Lively-Baldoni were born via surrogate, they cannot be in the line of succession to the throne, which honestly, William has 3 children that would have to take over the throne before Prince Harry would even be considered, let alone his kids. And again, I've never had kids. I don't know what hospitals allow you to do and not do when you're giving birth. But it is a wild theory that is taking the internet by storm, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. Okay, let's talk about some other crazy, messy news. There has been a massive shakeup in the Blake Lively, I know, and Justin Baldoni, it ends with us legal battle. Okay, a judge just tossed out Baldoni's $400 million counter lawsuit against Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds. This all happened yesterday. Judge Louis J. Lehman granted the motion to dismiss the actor's January countersuit, as well as his $250 million libel lawsuit against the New York Times, according to court documents, okay? So Judge Lehman wrote that Baldoni and his Wayfarer Studios production company, quote, have not alleged that Lively is responsible for any statements other than the statements in her California Civil Rights Department complaint, which are privileged. So Lively notably made headlines for her complaint in which she accused Baldoni of sexual harassment in December 2024. And the judge explained that Baldoni's lawsuit alleged that Reynolds and their publicist Leslie Sloan made additional statements accusing Baldoni of sexual misconduct, and that the New York Times made additional statements accusing him and his production company of engaging in a smear campaign. However, the judge continued, quote, the Wayfarer parties have not alleged that Reynolds, Sloan, or the Times would have seriously doubted these statements were true based on the information available to them, as is required for them to be liable for defamation under applicable law. That's a mouthful. Okay, so Baldoni's legal team has until June 23rd to amend their claims for breach of implied covenant and wrongful interference with contract. As for Lively, her legal team went on the record with the following statement saying, quote, today's opinion is a total victory and a complete vindication for Blake Lively, along with those that Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties dragged into their retaliatory lawsuit, including Ryan Reynolds, Leslie Sloan, and the New York Times. As we have said from day one, this $400 million lawsuit was a sham, and the court saw right through it. We look forward to the next round, which is seeking attorney's fees, treble damages, and punitive damages against Baldoni and the other Wayfarer parties who perpetrated this abusive litigation. Again, Baldoni has denied any wrongdoing, and he continues to maintain his innocence, but as I said from the very beginning, there is just more and more stuff coming out. They aren't slated to go to court until next March. So Lord knows. Okay, I don't even know if I can get into all this, but basically the final story I have is about Ghost Adventure star Aaron Goodwin. And a few months back, I told you about his wife putting a hit out on his life, which thankfully never came to fruition. But Aaron basically, he finally had his day in court with his estranged wife, Victoria Goodwin, and basically broke down in tears, said he was so in love with her. He cannot believe she did this. He fears for his life. He's always, like checking over his shoulder. I mean, just completely broke down. And I wish I had more time for this. But anyways, my heart goes out to Aaron Goodwin. And, I hope justice is served. She could face anywhere from a minimum of 30 months to a maximum of 90 months behind bars. So I think that's a little victory.